is repopulation? Repopulation is defined as the increase in cell division of normal and cancer cells after exposures to radiation in response to a decreasing number of cells. Repopulation occurs at a different speed depending on the tissue. Okay, let's look at the example. During mitosis in normal cells, the cells will divide and proliferate normally to form their respective cells. If a tumor is present, radiotherapy with ionizing radiation is used as a treatment to kill the tumor cells. Some of the tumor cells will die, but the clonogenic cells will survive. After a minimum of 6 hours, the normal healthy cells will proliferate and grow as usual. The clonogenic tumor cells surviving from radiation can repopulate the tumor by proliferation. Repopulation of tumor cells usually occurs during fractionation radiotherapy, and it will reduce the efficacy of treatment.
Bye-bye. Good morning, doctor.
Hi, good morning, Shian. How are you today? Did you feel unwell?
Everything is fine, doctor. May I know what is my MRI result?
Let's have a look at your MRI report. From the MRI report, we can see that there's enlargement in your right cervical nodal metastasis, which is diagnosed to be the head and neck cancer.
Oh my god, seriously? Will I die? I'm still young. I don't want to end my life that early.
Calm down, Shian. Head and neck cancer still can be cured if discovered early and treatments are given immediately. Head and neck cancer is a group of cancers that usually start in the squamous cells in the mouth, voice box, throat, salivary glands, nasal cavity, and paranasal sinuses. So for your case, it is still in an early stage. So Shiren, you don't have to worry too much. It can be cured.
Really? Can it be cured? I won't die?
Yes, so for now, I will plan and schedule a full set radiotherapy for you to treat cancer.
Doctor, what is radiotherapy actually? Will it harm my body or does it have any side effects?
Actually, radiotherapy is a cancer treatment that uses high doses of radiation to kill cancer cells and shrink tumor by damaging their DNA. Radiotherapy may be used in the early stages of cancer or after it has started to spread.
Doctor, is radiotherapy very effective in killing the cancer cells?
Yes, for sure. As I mentioned just now, radiotherapy involves giving high doses of radiation beams directly into a tumor, changing the DNA of the tumor, causing it to shrink or die. This break prevents the cancer cells from growing and dividing again.
Okay, doctor. I feel relieved to hear from you. So, doctor, how is the treatment carried out? Is it a one-shot treatment or continuous treatment?
Regarding this, I will bring your case to my team for further discussion to plan a proper treatment for you. Let's make the next appointment to follow up your case. Is it okay?
Radiotherapy will be given in a small daily fractions to maximize the destruction of tumor cells while minimizing damage to healthy tissues. Fractionations can be divided into two types, conventional and altered. Altered fractionations can be further divided into hyperfractionations, accelerated fractionations, and hypofractionations. Okay, let's continue with our drama.
Hello, dear doctors. I have a case with a patient diagnosed with a head and neck tumor. I believe everyone has reviewed the materials attached to my email 2 days ago. So, what's the plan of treatment to be offered to my patient?
Okay, so I'll share my slide first. Okay, so in this case, so from what I received, the material is a case regarding the head and neck cancer. So from my point of view, I think the conventional fractionation is the better treatment for this patient who has the head and neck cancer. So in which we can see from this slide, where example from here for the conventional fractionation is where a total dose 70 gray, it will be divided into 35 fraction, where 2 gray will be given per day in each day, and each day it will be given only one time of treatment, and overall the treatment time will be taken about 7 weeks. And for your information, this treatment will only be given for 5 days per week, which means that it will only be given on the weekday. Okay, next. So from this illustrated timeline, we can see this actually a conventional fractionation in order to control the tumor size. So with this proposed treatment, why I propose this kind of treatment is because it's more convenient, in which there's no weekend treatment, and it's efficient, and the treatment will be given every day, and it's very effective, where the high doses can be delivered without exceeding either acute or chronic tissue tolerance. So from this, we can see that the first fractionation, for example, it will be given on 18th of January, 9 a.m. And after the first radiation, the cell actually will repopulate in a normal speed. But after a second fractionation on the 19th of January on 9 a.m., the cell will undergo an accelerated repopulation. In this case, we means the cancer cell, and also for the third fractionation and so on, and take about 7 weeks. So from my point of view, it actually highly recommended to use this kind of conventional fractionation in the head and neck cancer treatment, as the cell, and for your information, the cellular doubling time typically is 3 to 5 days for the head and neck cancer, where the radiotherapy is actually given to the conventional schedule, can prevent the tumor repopulation from occurring. And in this case, the tumor size is actually controlled well in the standard size. Yeah, I think that's all from my point of view. How about the others, Doctor? You?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kaur. Is there any other option to treat the tumor?
Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna propose about another option for radiotherapy, which is hyperfractionation. So next. So as we know that for this case is head and neck cancers. So why I propose hyperfractionation is because the concept of hyperfractionation is that the total dose of radiation increase with the size of dose per fraction is significantly reduced, and the number of fraction received per day increase, and the overall time is relatively unchanged, which is same as conventional fractionations. So so in this hyperfractionation, like the total dose will be increased to 80.5 grays, and the total fraction is 70 fractions. So the size of fraction will be reduced to 1.15 gray per fraction, because the number of fraction per day received may be 2 to 3 times each day with a gap of around 6 hours. So the total treatment time remain unchanged with 7 weeks. So for this hyperfractionation treatment, the treatment will be given only for the 5 days per week, which is the 5 working days, and the weekend we will not giving any treatment. So you can see from the tumor control. So for the first fractionation, it will be given given at 9 a.m. Then the second treatment will be given on the same day, but at different times, which is after 6 hours, around 6 hours, which is 4 p.m. for the second fractionation, and same goes to the second day, third day. So the reason I propose this treatment is because this can increase the rate of tumor control in rapidly growing tumor by giving more fraction within 1 day. 1 day with total dose increase and overall time unchanged. So this is because this treatment can reduce the side effect while also reflect in improved survival. So that's all for me. So any other ideas from the others?
It sounds good. Thank you, Dr. I also have studied before about accelerated fractionation. Is it also one of the options?
Yeah, actually, I wish to propose accelerated fractionation due to some advantages of this treatment. Let me show you the slide here about the accelerated fractionation. Accelerated fractionation is with the concept of the overall time of the treatment is significantly reduced and increase the number of fraction, meaning that there will be more than one fraction in a day. So normally we will recommend 2 times of fractionation for 1 day with the 6 hours interval. And then the dose stage given will be lower, as showing here is 68 gray compared to the conventional fractionation. And the total fraction will be 34 with the size of fraction 1.8 to 2 gray per fraction. The treatment will only given more than 5 fractions per week. That's the biggest difference comparing with hyperfractionation and also conventional fractionation. This is an illustrated timeline that I roughly figured it out. With this proposal of treatment, the rationale is increase the rate of tumor control in rapidly growing tumors by giving more fraction in a shorter time. It actually highly recommended to be used for the tumor that exhibit accelerated repopulation, such as our patient in this case with head and neck cancer. With each fractionation, we have 6 hours interval in between. It actually can ensure the safety of the patient, as well as the doubling time of the head and neck cancer is typically 3 to 5 days. So this is the treatment that I propose, and I believe that this is the most suitable treatment for the patient.
Before we end, right, may I know what's the difference between hyperfractionation and also accelerated fractionation?
Yes. So as I mentioned before, accelerated fractionation is actually emphasizing on the shorter time of treatment, comparing to hyperfractionation is remaining the time of the treatment is remaining the same, but it's just increase the number of fraction per day for the treatment. I believe that's the biggest the advantages of accelerated fractionation comparing to hyperfractionation. So it actually helps the patient to control the tumor growth.
All right, thank you all for the suggestion. I will restudy on my patient's case and decide the most desired plan to her. Yeah, so really thank you for all the doctors for the suggestion. Yeah, and bye-bye. Thanks for the meeting.
So, here is a quick summary for everyone. Thank you.
Down in Petersburg, everything's fine. All them cats is drinking that wine, drinking that milk.